So I want to continue my thoughts on day 2 of the 2025 NFL draft. And again, not posting this for, any particular comments or anything, just for me, because I do not like having conversations about "I told you so" when people are like, "Oh, you're only saying that because, now that you've seen them play, you want to jump on the bandwagon or, say that this person was a bust." No. I'm going to stick by everything I say from here to eternity. Okay. I'll tell people I thought Zach Wilson was the best quarterback in the draft. The year he came out, and, still think he's super talented, just was in a bad situation in New York. I mean, hell, they couldn't make it work with Aaron Rodgers. So, I mean, who knows? Anyway. I stand by my word. Unlike the commentators you see on ESPN and everything else who pretend like, when a player does well, they're like, "Yeah, I told you, his intangibles were great, blah, 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 and he was outstanding coming out of the draft." And then when they don't work, they're silent. They never want to own up to their mistakes. But anyway, that being said, Trey Harris, I'm excited about to some degree in Los Angeles with the Chargers. I think he's a very good wide receiver. Again, I think he's a guy who knows how to find his spots in the zone. Similar to Emeka Egbuka, but I think he's better than Emeka. Not, no disrespect to Emeka. I think he's a good wide receiver. I just don't know if Justin Herbert is the quarterback for him. Like those receivers, they fit with quarterbacks who can throw good out routes or, can like dink and dunk, find people across the middle. Justin Herbert is more of a deep ball thrower, in my opinion. I'm not a big Justin Herbert fan, let me say that. And I felt the same way when he was drafted. So I'm not about to jump on the bandwagon. I think he's a good quarterback. I just don't think he's anywhere near as good as most people think he is, but c'est la vie. So Trey Harris, I like. I think he's going to make a name for himself. Will Johnson, if his injuries don't, tank his career before it starts, I think he's a great cornerback. Only thing is, like Jeff Okudah, I think he's good at the underneath intermediate stuff. He just can't cover deep. And that's the thing. And that's tough in the NFL when you have a lot of receivers who, are great on fly routes. He's not covering somebody past 20 yards, past 15 yards for real down the field. He's not, but if you trying to get a comeback route on him or you trying to throw it across the middle, Will Johnson's your man. Will Johnson going to pick that off. You know what I'm saying? He's going to undercut some routes and he's going to take it to the house. So, he's not always going to be looked at as a great corner, but he's outstanding. He's got outstanding ball skills. He's just not, just not good cover deep. You just got to have a good safety that, good free safety to, help shore up some of his shortcomings.